we race this weekend around at Misano here this weekend the Misano here this weekend at Misano. This is the Italian F4 Championship, and it is the final round of the season here. Final round of the season for the Italian F4 Championship. Heading into this weekend, it is Keen Nakamura Berta who leads the championship by just, 51 points. He can wrap the championship up this weekend. The guy that starts right alongside him is Sebastian Weldon. Sebastian Weldon starting from pole position. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
Yeah, I knew it was gonna be a tough quali. I had Keen in my group, and I knew we had some good pace in the FP, and I think I was able to get a good lap in quali and just get it done. Yeah, I'm gonna try my best. Obviously, the team has done really well. They gave me a really good car, and let's see what we can do in the races tomorrow.
Mathematically, the championship may be out of sight. What are you hoping for this weekend?
Finish every race first.
Gabriel Gomez, last round of the championship. Fantastic start to the weekend. You've taken outright pole position. How was qualifying?
Well, so to be honest, for me, the day was really good overall. I think we worked a lot on the test here with the team, and the team did a really, really good job. 2 good laps. The second one was a little bit better to do the pole overall, so I'm really, really happy to start the last round of the championship like this. And we will fight until the very last moment for to try to bring the title. I know it will be a hard week for sure. It will be difficult, but we will try everything. Yeah, I'm very honored to be a Brazilian and to wear this flag with me every time. Obrigado, pessoal. Vamos pra cima.
A very special moment for young Gabriel Gomez, who, lines up just in behind. There he is, the VAR driver, Gabriel Gomez. The number 3 car lines up just in behind Keen Nakamura Berta. This race should be good to watch for here as we roll through the grid. This is the Italian F4 Championship. Keen Nakamura Berta can mathematically win the championship. Sebastian Weldon lines up at the front row of the grids alongside Salim Hanna in second position, with Maximilian Popov in third and Lucas Samalisto in P4. In position 5, we have Keen Nakamura Berta and Alexander Bondarev. Kirill Kostov in P7, Reno Franco in P8. Keen Nakamura Berta starting way back down there in 5th position, not where he'd want to be starting. David Cosma Christopher in P9, Marcus Saita in P10, Artem Savarukin in P11, Dante Vinci in P12, the Australian down there in position 12, Alex Powell, the American, in P13, Nicolo Mangetti in position 14, Alexander Ruta in P15, Eli Weasley in P16. Here for a short bit, Epic. Matilda Pats in P17, Lavudko Bossa, the Italian, in P18, Emily Cotti in P19, and Teo Schropp in P20. Grid of 38 cars with Oscar Pareto in P21 and Florento Hamando in P22. How many hours will you stream for? Probably just the hour and a bit. Peyton Westcott and Guy Albag, Andrea Rodriguez and Antonio Egrago, the Italian. Fresco Piocco Coppola in P27 and Phil Collins Strange, and rounded out by Nathaniel Barabee, who lines up in P29. In total, yes, so probably about an hour, depending on safety cars and all that sort of stuff in this race. So yeah, probably about an hour, but yeah, it should be good. Do you reckon you'll be able to catch the Bathurst race on Twitch or not? Just interested. Or are you out for most of the day? The 3 a.m. one? Oh my god. Well, it starts at... No, that one starts at 11. 11 o'clock. 11:45 my time. Convert that. I couldn't be bothered. I couldn't be bothered converting that. If it's the shirtless cable whip one. No, it's the one on Twitch that I'm gonna stream. Not on YouTube, it's the one on Twitch that I'm gonna stream. As the cars now line up on the grid. Well, I don't know. Okay. That's fine. I see only those scheduled on YouTube. That's fine. Cars now on the grids. We're about to go racing for the Italian F4 Championship. A maxed out grid capacity here this weekend. So many cars that we couldn't even fit them all on the grid, just showing how packed this schedule is. Of course, we do have the Campanino Italian GT Championship here this weekend. But we look at the lights. It's 4, 5 red lights, and it's lights out and away we go for the Italian F4 Championship. Guess what? Well, it's a good start from Sebastian Weldon alongside his former teammate, the Prema driver, right around the outside, looking for it. And Gabriel Gomez swoops up into second position. Not the best start from the two Prema drivers in third and fourth, but everybody swoops through turn 3 and turn 4 quite nicely. It's 25 minutes plus 1 lap. Wait, so the shirtless one is tomorrow? Yes, it will be tomorrow. As everybody swoops through now the chicane of turn 5 and turn 6. Not a bad start, if I do say so myself. Same time? Yes, it will be. Sebastian Weldon under brakes. And it seems as if everybody gets through nicely. Using a bit of the ripple strip on the outside. As they all run 2, 3, 4 wide. Now, big lock up. And is there any contact in the background? No, there won't be. Not for the moment. Everybody gets through. And they're all through quite safely. But now they're scrabbling for position. Not a bad start from Gabriel Gomez, who swoops around the outside to take second position. Just in behind Sebastian Weldon. Okay, I hope I can make it. Awesome. Swooped around, right around the outside for Gabriel Gomez. He now takes second position. That's huge, though, because, of course, we know Kin Nakamura can take the championship this weekend. It's gone down to the final round here in the Italian F4 Championship, but it has been absolute domination so far for the young driver. Bit of contact between Guy Albag as they scrabble for position. Using all the ripple strip there through turn 2. Maximilian Popov has just taken that position for second in this one. Lucas Sabalisto and Kin Nakamura in P4. Salim Hanna did not get a good start. He's dropped back down to 5th. And Popov has now taken that position. He's dropped into 2nd. Sebastian Weldon leads this one. 25 minutes plus 1 lap with a bit of a shortened schedule. Schedule is packed here this weekend. Salim Hanna looking up the inside on Kin Nakamura. That's not going to be an easy feat whatsoever. And Salim Hanna has the highest top speed out of anyone with that slipstream heading down that front straight. Meanwhile, Maximilian Popov applying the pressure to the back of Sebastian Weldon. Bit of contact further back. Bondarev looking right around the outside, and he gets the move done. The 27 driver. Bondarev up into P7. Gutta in P6. Salim Hunter P5. King Nakamura Bertha in P4. King Nakamura Bertha off the road. And now he's going to have the pressure applied to him as they run up into turn number 1. Pressure was applied there from King Nakamura Bertha, and he's fallen under it. He's actually taken the fastest lap of the race. It's 1:37.6. He sits 4th at the moment, but he's got the pressure of Salim Hunter in behind him, his Prema teammate. That pressure very much being applied. 0.7 of a second. Moving to the left-hand side. Right around the outside goes King Nakamura Bertha. Takes the position back. Very nicely done after that bit of an off-road moment. Now they're going to be side by side as they run into turn number 4. Who's going to prevail? It is going to be King Nakamura Bertha. This is the battle for position 3. Moving to the left-hand side once more. Breaking that toe is for King Nakamura Bertha. Of course, he can wrap up the championship this weekend. Into the left-hander. Using all the road. And now using the curb on the inside down there. Immediately starts to pull away. Of course, no push to pass unlike Frecker. So it's pure pace, pure raw pace. Using those Pirelli tyres to their advantage. Sun is setting here at Mugello once more. Nearly off the road for King Nakamura Bertha. Using a bit too much of that ripple strip. Maybe bottoming out slightly. The ride height not set for those curbs, even though they are extremely tiny. These curbs are on Mugello. Mugello, of course, made for a motorcycle circuit. Not made for an F4 circuit or even a GT circuit. Which, of course, we do have the Italian GT Championship here this weekend. The penultimate round, so it's big. And it's 4 hours of racing around this Mugello circuit when we get to it for the Italian GT Championship, the Camponino Italian GT Championship here this weekend. Sebastian Weldon sets the fastest lap of the race, 1:36.8, 157 kilometers an hour down that back straight. He's pulled away slightly to Maximilian Popov, 0.8 of a second, and then 2.1 seconds back is King Nakamura Bertha, 3 seconds back, 3 seconds, yes, ladies and gentlemen, he's pulled 3 seconds back to Lucas Samalisto. Sorry, that's 9/10. I stand corrected. It's 9/10. King Nakamura Bertha to Lucas Samalisto, then Salim Hunter and Gutta in P6. And then Bondarev, Ruta, and Teo Throp in position 10. King Nakamura Bertha, he's about a 10th faster a lap than Popov. That is probably not going to be enough here, King Nakamura Bertha. Even though he wants to get a move on, it won't be enough. He'll be urgent to get a move on in this one. Race number 2. Of course, a packed schedule for the Italian F4 Championship. We've got 6 races here this weekend. Filling in for that Imola race for those people that were here. We had a big crash at Imola. Cancelled race number 3 of the weekend at Imola. Meaning we get the catch-up race this week, and I'll be streaming that last thing tomorrow, 12:40 local time, Australian Eastern Daylight Time. Of course, we had some epic action yesterday at the Viola Wealth Winton 300. We've got more epic action with the great race this afternoon. It's the Bathurst 1000. I'm going to be streaming that 11:40 on Twitch. Sorry, 11 o'clock on Twitch. Race start from 11:45. Maximilian Popov sitting second, King Nakamura Bertha third. That time around, he pulled 4/10 out of Popov. Popov now will know that he's been that pressure has been applied, and he knows that he's under threat. Up to this point, 17 minutes 10 seconds plus 1 lap to go in this one. We could, and I say could, get a full race distance out of this one. We could get full race distance up to this point. The Prema team watching on. once more epic action yesterday from the Viola Wealth Winton 300. Going to be excited to do that next year in August, when of course it does come around again. Not many events like that, and I've been waiting to do that event for a while. And it finally got a gap in the schedule just to be able to do it. It was certainly quite good indeed. Maximilian Popov, though, Sebastian Weldon, sorry, he's pulled away 1.4 seconds. He's got pace in that VAR car. He's got some big pace indeed. 1.4. Back to Popov, who's slowly getting that pressure applied by Kinaka Moberta, who's made his way up this field ever so slowly. And now he's practically on the back of Popov, the Jamaican sensation. Of course, has not won a race in this Italian F4 Championship so far this year. He would have been wanting that, but now that pressure's being applied from the back of Kinaka Moberta. And he won't be wanting to hear that either over the radio. When he gets the news, you've got pressure applied by Kinaka Moberta. You must push. The margin is just 0.8 of a second. 0.7 now. He's close to 10th on that lap. Kinaka Moberta setting fastest laps. 136.3 that time around. He knows he wants to wrap the championship up this round. Of course, Sebastian Weldon mathematically out of contention. 83 points. To get back in, Kinaka Moberta would have to DNF every single race to even win the champion, to even get a thought of winning the championship. And for him to win, that is probably not going to happen. But the margin can close by 10 points. It won't matter. He's 83 points mathematically out of contention. The other person that is in contention at the moment is Gabriel Gomez. So a big score of points this weekend would be good for Sebastian Weldon. Of course, these drivers split into certain groups. Race number 1, then the next group, race number 2, then this group, race number 3. And then, of course, that final race, race number 4 for the weekend, the final, will be out on Monday. 13.5 minutes to go in this one. Sebastian Weldon leads the number 98 driver. Of course, he's not 98 years of age. He's only about 25 years of age and really committing in this championship. Actually, I stand corrected. He's 21 years of age. So he's just legal in America. Of course, he's the American driver this weekend. Wanting to get a seat in F3, has got a seat in F3. Has been doing quite well. He's on the verge of scoring first points in Formula 3. Of course, that championship has been wrapped up. He's now focusing hugely on this F4 championship. F3 and F4 cars, they have a completely different vibe to them. F4, no DRS, no push to pass, nothing. F3, DRS, that's huge. And it's a big step up as well. And he's faced that step up quite nicely, Sebastian Weldon. And at the moment, he's on to win this race. He's 12. He's not 12.5 minutes ahead. He's 1.7 seconds ahead. And at the moment, if Kinaka Moberta can't pass Popov within the next 5 minutes, or even the next 10 minutes even, then he's in a bit of strife. But I reckon that will happen sooner rather than later. But he's killing the rubber on those tires. He's killing the tires as well in the process. So he's going to have to be mindful of that. And track limits abuse. Arrigo, the Italian driver, the number 89 driver, he's just used a few too many track limits warnings. Of course, he currently sits down in P25. So he sits at the moment very dead last. Well, not dead last at the moment, but he does sit P6, P26, P25. Sebastian Weldon, though, continues to lead 1.8 seconds. This race is very much calmed down. In the way of, at the moment, no safety cars. 11 and a quarter minutes to go. King Nakamura just closing up, and those lap times are continuing to drop. Track is still quite green this weekend. Haven't had Italian GT out there yet. It's mainly just been TCR Italy that's been out there. And of course, these guys went out there for free practice. And of course, the Italian GT Championship as well went out there for free practice. But they still got their qualifying session still to come. So this track is still quite green at the time that these guys have gone racing. It's only really been free practice from Italian GT and TCR Italy. Of course, we got the... So, not that much. Oh, big off. And big off indeed from one of the AR cars. And does he rejoin safely? That is the big question. That's the number 22. That's usually off-road. Of course, last time out, we went for our yearly European Tour in the Italian F4 Championship. Went for that yearly European Tour. King Nakamura now, he's right on the back, and it's only taken him 8.5 minutes to do so. What Sebastian Weldon at this point will be wanting is for these two to fight like cats and dogs, and for him to pull away and make that margin just that little bit harder to close for King Nakamura. But he won't be wanting that. Pop off with a bit of a lock-up. Now to turn 10. Can King Nakamura pull this off? Who's going to be late on the brakes? He doesn't go for it this time, but there's a lock-up. And that last lap comparison sits at about 0.2 of a second. Here, slipstream now open and known to the fact of King Nakamura that he's on to take this move away and on to take second position. But Popov will not let that happen easy. He's got 9 minutes to cover off King Nakamura, but how long will that last for? He snuck up the inside. They nearly made contact, the two drivers. Popov. Nakamura. Position 2 and 3. Looking left, looking right. The Prema driver. This race is just feist up. Just that little bit more. 8 minutes, 40 seconds. The clock continues to tick. And the time it's taken him to catch Popov, he's only got 8.5 minutes to pull this move off. He'd like to score as many points as humanly possible. Just heading into this round, that would be indeedly quite nice. Peyton Westcott, track limits abuse, the warning flag, so track limits are starting to become a bit of a play, not something you'd normally see in Italian F4. We haven't seen that much, but track limits warning for Peyton Westcott. She sits down in P23, the American driver. Here we look at Lucas Samalisto and Salim Hanna. These two have been lapping half a second slower than what King Nakamura has. So very much lapping slower compared to what we're used to up the inside. Salim Hanna, he's had a big lock-up. Big lock-up, pushes him wide. And move done. But it was risky. They're going to be side by side now. That was Bondarev getting that move done. Now Kurta will be wanting a piece of this. To the outside, side by side. He's backed out. He knows that's not going to end well. And now Dante Vinci is going to look around the outside as well. Can he get the move done? Outside, using all the road. And oh, what a battle. Kostov and Ruta and Dante Vinci having a scrap and a half. This is for P5, 6, 7, 8, and what should be now nearly 9. And this is how it all started. Lock up from Salim Hanna, and Dante Vinci went immediately for that. He knew that he was compromised on the exit and immediately went for it. That battle continues still as we cut away from the replay. Wow, how the Italian F4 Championship can pull some passes off. As now to the inside, Dante Vinci. Can he cover that? Oh, sorry, this is Maximilian Popov and Yuki Nakamura. They're side by side on the exit. It's going to be a drag race. Now, up to the left hand, up to the right hander. We saw a big crash in GT World Europe here just a few months ago. They don't want to go side by side. Surely they don't know. Popov backs out. He's to the outside now. Yuki Nakamura right back around the outside, wheel to wheel. Yuki Nakamura covers it off. Beautifully done. Popov, he really wanted that position. It wasn't going to last long. He really went for it. 5.5 minutes to go. Yuki Nakamura to take seconds. In an epic exchange between these two. Popov covered off for as long as possible. But I think now, you think Yuki Nakamura's not got the tyre to chase Weldon down with 5.5 minutes to go. I reckon Popov will be under pressure here by Luca Samalisto within the next few laps. Outside, Yuki Nakamura sends it straight around the outside. And this battle's been brewing for a few laps now. In the end, Yuki Nakamura got that move done. He's up into second. Sebastian Weldon, fastest lap of the race. He's 1/10 faster than Yuki Nakamura, 36.269. And 198 kilometers an hour down that front straight. That's really quick. That car from Sebastian Weldon has so much pace. In terms of the rookies, it's Salim Hanna who leads the rookie race over Alexander Bondarev. Popov and Samalisto. Samalisto was 1.4 seconds faster. He's flying. As they head into the right-hander, of course, we saw that huge crash in the GT World Challenge Europe race just 3 or 4 months ago. Driver walked away in somehow spectacular fashion, on fire, and what safety does in a GT car these days is almost crazy. And you'd like to think that, and again, the safety has been improved throughout the years in all cars. And all the teams as well have done an amazing job to keep the safety levels up. Sebastian Weldon has just set another fastest lap of the race at 1:36.1. There's absolutely zero way in all known mankind that Yuki Nakamura will catch him with 3.5 minutes to go. There's just 3 laps plus 1. 4 laps to go in this race. Is there anywhere in the world that Sebastian Weldon can catch him? Of course, last round at Barcelona, we saw that imminent threat of rain. It did rain, and the race got cancelled. Well, postponed. Or cancelled, as you would say. Postponed, cancelled, whatever you'd like to call it. But that race did not end up going ahead after that huge torrential thunderstorming rain washed over the Barcelona circuit and washed out the Italian F4 race. Of course, not trained for pit stops are the Italian F4 crew. So they immediately, just in the end, had to cancel the race. Not exactly what you like to see, but of course, GT World Challenge Europe are going to be... I'm going to be watching that after this race because it's quite good. Heading into their endurance rounds. They're at Barcelona this weekend, so I'm going to be watching that. It's going to be quite good indeed. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go. But also in the process of commentating the greatest race known to all man, the Bathurst 1000. Should be a good race. Indeed, I think I might stream it. I'm not sure. I'm still questioning as to whether or not I stream it because supercars have been questionable with their copyright. So I think they're quite strict on it as well. So I might stream it. I'm not sure. But yeah, Sebastian Weldon, 3.3 seconds. It is just unknown as to how King Nakamura Bertha will even have a chance at cracking the young American driver open. The margin's dropped by 1/10 on that lap. It's 3.2 now, but I have a feeling it's not going to last long.
Two laps remaining at the end of this one. 25 minutes plus 1 lap for the 3 races, and then the final tomorrow, and then what is effectively the championship final. We replay the red flagged race from Imola from earlier in the season, the 5th race, which was cancelled after just 16 seconds when a multiple start line crash eliminated 14 cars. We weren't able to restart. We replay that race. We re-race that race, which never happened at Imola tomorrow afternoon here at Misano. That will effectively be the championship decider for the 2025 Italian F4 Championship. Nakamura Berta is looking good to take the title, though. Gabriel Gomez not in this race. He'll be on track, on pole position for the second race of the weekend. That is at 1:20 local time, so just on 4 hours from now. Frustrated will Gabriel Gomez be in a sporting sense. He won't want King Nakamura Berta to score points, but he's about to pick up almost maximum points, you would think, as we pass the 25-minute mark. So this is the penultimate lap of the race. Nakamura Berta escapes now from pop-off. There's Sebastian Weldon. Let's give the Americans some credit.
Indeed, we certainly should. Sebastian Weldon has just done an epic job. Of course, that championship finale race, Monday, 12:40. Don't miss it. It should be good for the Italian F4 Championship. When I say should, it will. Of course, for Freca, it is the finale at Monza. I'm not missing that. I don't care what anybody says, even if I'm on holidays. Sebastian Weldon will start the final lap of the race. This is a final lap for Sebastian Weldon. I don't care what anybody says. I'm not missing the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine finale. It's going to be good. And it's going to be good here this weekend, because we've got a finale, a title chase for King Nakamura Berta. He could have wrapped it up last round. All he had to do was win, and for Gabriel Gomez to finish 8th. Guess what? Well, that didn't happen. That did not happen. Now this weekend, King Nakamura Berta has to win as many races as possible. I think mathematically he has to win 2. Even now, this is going to secure him what should be one hand on that title. Second place should secure him one hand on that title. The team's championship also wrapped up last round. Prema, your champions. Well, technically they are. I think Prema know that as well. Well, there you go. King Nakamura Berta finishes 2nd, and he's just put 18 points on the back of Gabriel Gomez. Both of them really dominant. But this man, Sebastian Weldon, the American sensation, sensationally driven this afternoon. He wins race number 1. King Nakamura Berta wins race number 2. Finishes in 2nd place. Beautifully done. And a beautiful drive from Sebastian Weldon.
And Dante Vinci Kunskov home in 8th from Alexander Ruta. There's Teo Schropp, the Argentine, in P10. Nicky Cadet to the right of your screen, team manager for the Prema Racing F4 team. Angelo Rosin to the left, who founded the legendary team Prema Racing back in 1983. They're celebrating on pit wall, and I'll tell you why. Their mathematics is obviously better than ours, because they believe King Nakamura Berta may have won the title. That is very provisional. We'll put an asterisk beside that statement. Certainly one hand on the trophy. Lucas Samalisto, incidentally, credit to the Finn, has missed the podium, but has taken the fastest lap of the race, or recorded it, a 1:36.155. Yes.
So mathematically, Ki Nakamura could have just won this championship. Who would have thought? That is huge. So Ki Nakamura mathematically has one hand on the title. All he has to do now is win next race. He wins the Italian F4 championship.
And he'll start from pole position for the second race of the weekend at 1:20 later this afternoon. Credit to Sebastian, though. He takes victory, dominates the weekend opener. Kin Nakamura Berta so close to the title in second place. Car 3 in position 3. Pop off from Samalisto with the fastest lap of the race. From Hanna, who wins the rookie race. From Bondareva, Finchi, Kutzkoff, Ruta, Schrott, and David Cosmo Christopher just outside the top 10. Nakamura Berta, P2, close to the title, but not yet. 307 points to 216. Of course, Gabriel Gomez was not on track this morning. He'll start pole position for the second race later today. Sebastian Weldon, critically, he's only 16 points now behind Gabriel Gomez in the fight for second in the series. Sebastian Weldon won the first race of the 2025 championship right here at Misano back on the first weekend of May. And he wins the first race of the weekend, the championship decider, also here this weekend. No, 98. Number 98. Si, 98. Yes, 98. He just won the race. Sebastian Weldon. There's Matilda Parts just to the right. She's won the women's trophy, in fact, just ahead of Emily Cotti and Peyton Westcott. We'll try and hear from Sebastian Weldon in just a moment. Car 3 in position 3. Max Popov takes another podium in the 2025 Series 4 Van Amersfoort Racing. Nakamura Berta, P2, and so close to becoming the first Japanese driver to win the Italian Championship. But victory, again, his fourth win of 2025. The Andretti Jr. for the Prema Racing Team. Car 98, Sebastian Weldon is in pit lane, speaking with Laura Calder.
So congratulations, you dominated the race. It was a light flag victory for you.
Yeah, overall it was a good race. Just managed the gap at the start and was able to build a decent gap behind. And yeah, can't thank Prema enough for all their support, and let's get it in other races.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulated by his mother there, Susie. He'll stand on the top step of the podium as we take a look at the highlights from the first race of the weekend. Sebastian Weldon. The American started from pole position. It was a slow getaway from Salim Hanna as Lucas Samalisto launched up the inside to go through to position 3. Took the Colombian, did the Finn. But Sebastian Weldon went P1 from pole position. Great launch from Max Popov to go into second place. Samalisto into third. as Kim Nakamura-Berta already going by into 4th place. Great start from Kirill Woodskoff, the Muffy Racing driver, into 6th place. It was a clean start with the exception of Marcus Sata, Artem Severokin and Reno Frankov. Those 3 drivers had to pit for new front wings. No safety car intervention throughout the entire 17 laps. Lucas Samolisto having to concede the place to Kim Nakamura-Berta, who picked them off one by one to pick up 2nd place points. Great pass by Alexander Bondarev. And this around the outside, Kim Nakamura-Berta into Cramonto to go by Max Popov for 2nd place. But Sebastian, well done. He takes victory in the first of 5 races here this weekend. Max Popov on the podium again in 2025. 3rd place for VAR, Kim Nakamura-Berta, KMB, car 51, the championship leader in 2nd place. And Weldon from the United States of America wins here this morning. Once again, a great pleasure to have the great Giancarlo Minardi, who founded his legendary Formula One team not too far from here at Faenza back in 1985. Of course, a long history in Formula 2 and Formula 3 dating back to the 1970s. Giancarlo presents the trophies to Max, Keen and Sebastian, and the Prema Racing team's champion.
Grande applauso e ora è il momento ovviamente delle foto. So please, can you just pick up your trophies and climb the next time over?
Kim Nakamura-Berta just needs
First of all, can you look
another point to claim the 2025 championship.
It wasn't Italian.
So is Gabriel Gomez, and he will start from pole position for the 2nd of 5 races here this weekend. That is at 20 past 1, so just under
I bet you didn't
3
stand.
hours from now.
I bet you didn't stand.
Takes victory here at Misano. We hope you've enjoyed the broadcast. We'll see you for race 2 later this afternoon, live from here at Misano.
Certainly should be a good one. Of course, mathematically, Kim Nakamura-Berta has one hand on that trophy, and one hand on, I think they've already taken the Constructors' Prema, so they're one hand closer, they're one step closer. I am going to go die on the couch, and I guess I'll catch you guys a bit later on. I'm going to go watch the Bathurst 1000. I might stream it, not sure, keep an eye out. I'm going to go watch GT World Challenge Europe. I'm going to watch TCR Italy because they're at Misano, and they also, I think it's the, I don't know. I'm going to watch TCR Italy though. It's going to be good. I'm excited. So yeah, lots of action. I've got to go all watch it. I'll catch you guys a bit later. For race number 2 of the Italian F4 Championship. See you then. Until then, it's goodbye. Seems like everyone is out to take it easy and conserve energy for tomorrow. Yeah, well, I'm certainly going to. Anyway, guys, I'll catch you guys a bit later on. Until then, it's goodbye.
Okay.